Hello everyone, welcome back to a new post today. And let's discuss about all the enthusiasm and especially the suspense about the Defence Minister of China and the Foreign Minister of Pakistan's visit to India for the SCO Defence Ministers Meeting that will be held in India for the very first time. So we are all going to conduct the SCO Defence Ministers Meeting from April 27th and 28th, and we have Li Shangfu, the Defence Minister of China, having his presence here. So after a very long time, because of the standoff between India and China at the LAC, and also we have Bilawal Zari Bhutto, who's the Foreign Minister of Pakistan, having to be attended the SCO Defence meeting, and all eyes on the visit of Chinese and the Pakistan Foreign Minister. So let's have a quick insight about the SCO, about the meeting, and what SCO really means for India and how it's really advantageous to India along what's the suspense about. So recently we had the 18 Corps Commander level talk at the Chushul border in the Ladakh region between India and China, and India was making it very clear to China that unless there is a peaceful border, we cannot have a growth or normalization of ties. And the discussions were deep, and also both of them agreed to de-escalate and also free the border areas of the military settlements. And let's get into now the visit of the Defence Minister and of China to India. So let's first have a quick review about the SCO, a very important organization. Very recently, India has become the member of the SCO in just 2017 along with Pakistan. And India has a lot of stakes in the Central Asian region. It's an untapped region with a lot of potential for relationship with India. And this organization, called as the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, is an intergovernmental organization. It was created by the Shanghai Five, that is the Kazakhstan, China, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, and along with Tajikistan. So the Uzbekistan joined it later, and it was in 2001 that Uzbekistan joined the grouping. Then the sixth member occupies a territory of almost 3/5 of the Eurasian continent, and they have a population of 1.5, that is like almost the quarter of the world's population right now. So if you look at the SCO membership now, there are 8 countries. So India and Pakistan joined them in 2017. So they have China, India, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Russia, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan. Iran also wants to join the SCO, so it's going to join the SCO in the near future. Observers are Afghanistan, Belarus, Mongolia, and so they also have been showing interest in becoming the full-fledged members of the SCO. There are few dialogue partners as well. So these include Azerbaijan, Armenia, Egypt, Qatar, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Maldives, Nepal, and Sri Lanka, many of India's neighbors itself. India has very old civilizational, cultural, and spiritual ties with the SCO region. So from the Buddhist monks to the spice traders all along the Silk Route, that is the ancient Silk Route region, from adventurous explorers to the Sufi saints, interaction between the SCO or the Central Asian region and India is historical. It has led to a lot of exchange of goods, fusion of ideas, and introduction of new cuisines as well as art forms as well. India's membership in 2014 further reaffirmed this keenness to deepen historic ties between India and the Central Asian region, which consists of the SCO countries. Now, India has always maintained an active engagement with the organization since it became a member in 2017. Let me tell you, it was in 2020 that it hosted for the very first time the meeting of the SCO Council of Heads of Government, which is the second highest decision-making body in the SCO. Now, the visit of the Chinese, the Russia, and also the Pakistani Foreign Minister to attend the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Defence meeting, which is held for the very first time, the first meeting of this level in India, is attracting attention. And India is also going to chair SCO in September 2022. So several bilateral issues are going to be discussed with the fellow SCO members, such as de-escalation of border tension, especially with China, the recent terror attacks in Jammu and Kashmir with Pakistan, and also with regard to Russia and amidst the war in Ukraine, which does not say a stop. So Prime Minister gave a mantra for the SCO. Similarly, as he gave a mantra for the Indian Ocean called as Sagar, he gave a mantra for the SCO in the Qingdao Summit of 2018, and it is called as SECURE. So SECURE. Let's see what this acronym really stands for. And this is for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization member countries. S stands for security of the citizen, E stands for economic development, C for connectivity in the region, U for unity, R for respect, sovereignty and territorial integrity, and E for environmental protection. So what's the importance of SCO to India? What exactly India wants from the SCO countries or that region? First of all, let's go to the economic side. So economically, India has a lot of potential, especially with this untapped region of SCO. It's a landlocked region, and the SCO provides a platform in a way to enhance the economic cooperation with the Central Asian countries, which have a very, very vast reserves of not only oil and natural gas, but also mineral, especially rare earth minerals. India is seeking to increase trade and investment in ties with the SCO countries to diversify, especially its exports and also economic partnership, and to tap new areas with regard to export and import. Energy security. As I told you that the Central Asia is very rich in oil and natural gas reserves, and India is looking to tap these resources from the Central Asian region with regard to its energy security. It provides a forum for India to have ties with these energy rich countries in the Central Asian region, and also explore possibilities for other avenues for energy security. The Samarkand Declaration, which was signed at the 22nd summit, centralizes in the connectivity is a priority, especially for India, and as well as energy relationship between these countries, and also food security. There is another dimension to India's interest in this region, and that is cultural cooperation. We also have a large number of Indian diaspora in this region. Many of the Central Asian countries love the Indian culture, cuisine, the movies, etc. So the total cultural heritage of the SCO member states, observers, partners include almost 207 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, and we have a large number of World Heritage Sites. So we have many tourists coming from the Central Asian region. Now the SCO member countries have decided to designate one city from every SCO country as a tourism and a cultural capital every year under a rotating basis. And now we have Kashi or Varanasi being designated as a first cultural capital of the SCO under this initiative, and it is very big privilege for India. Counter-terrorism. Now the other interest for India in this region is counter-terrorism. So SCO basically is a security organization, and its proximity to Pakistan and Afghanistan, and also they have good relations with these two countries. So this is what India wants to leverage on, especially with regard to its regional security in the backyard and its very near neighborhood. And SCO has a strong focus on counter-terrorism cooperation. India has been a victim of terrorism. We know that very well, and very recent attacks in Jammu and Kashmir also, the investigation of which is still underway, can benefit from the collective efforts of this organization to combat terrorism in the region. So this is the significance of the SCO for India. Apart from that, the 8 member countries represent almost 42% of the world population and 25% of the GDP, and there is immense potential with regard to export and imports, markets for minerals, other exports with regard to India, and also tourism potential from their region to our and ours to there. So the other most important focus about connectivity. So SCO is promoting connectivity among its members with regard to many infrastructure projects, and one among them is that the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, and along with that the International North-South Transport Corridor, and along with this Chabahar Port now is helping India to reach this untapped region. Security cooperation, as I told you, counter-terrorism. So the main threats which are the focus of focus on concentration with the SCO countries are terrorism, separatism and extremism. There is an organization within this grouping called as the Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure. Recently India had a meeting under this as well to promote cooperation among the member states in the fight of against terrorism, separatism and extremism. It means nothing but more of information sharing, more of technology exchange, more of learning with regard to counter-terrorism activities, etc. So RATS provides a platform especially with regard to sharing of intelligence, conducting joint exercises and operations, and coordinating to prevent and control terrorism, extremism and separatism in the region. But this region is not immune with challenges. There are certain challenges which are coming to the fore now. and mostly China, who has been, Russia, who has been a founding member, is now being accused and also separated by the West because of sanctions with regard to the war of Ukraine. And so especially the major activity with regard to Russia is being questioned now. Apart from that, there are also conflicts within the countries in between them. And let me tell you, SCO does not have, though it has a very good structure, but it does not have any mechanism to deal with conflicts among the member nations. Some of the conflicts, if I would like to bring to you, is India-China, because we two neighbors have conflicts with regard to the whole border region. Recently, the renaming of certain places in Arunachal Pradesh by the Chinese disappointed India. Not giving visas to the Indian journalists was another issue which came to the fore. The 18th round, still from 2020, now we are in 2023, but we haven't solved the border issue between India and China with regard to the positioning of them in the eastern Ladakh section along the LAC. And now, just yesterday, we had the 18th rounds of the Corps Commander level talks, and there was no really any hardcore breakthrough between them, though they said that they would disengage as soon as possible. The other most important one is India and Pakistan. So India and Pakistan, again, we face the threat of terrorism. So state-sponsored terrorism is a cause of concern and tension between India and Pakistan. There are frequent ceasefire violations and now using of drones by Pakistan to send over not only drugs, illicit material, arms, but also to harm the Indian people across the border. And India-Pakistan border tension is another cause of concern. There is tension between Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan on border issues. So the escalation of the conflict between these two countries has been especially witnessed in September and then again in November 2022, and this was troubling for the entire region. The conflict has potential to cause a negative impact on the stability of the Central Asia and its neighboring nations. There are several conflicts with regard to the Taliban-led Afghanistan and Pakistan, which makes the border area between these two countries very, very unstable. The SCO's main objective is actually to promote peace in Eurasia, but its ability to cope with intrastate and interstate conflicts among the member states is under scrutiny now at a large. And the last but not the least is this backdrop that it does not have a particular formal mechanism to resolve disputes between the member states. So though it has a very good structure of bodies like the Council of Heads of States, the Council of Ministers of Foreign Affairs, the Council of National Coordinators, but these bodies lack the formal decision making and the enforcement powers that are necessary for effective governance and mostly to resolve dispute between the member states. SCO also faced criticisms from the West because of the lack of democratic credentials, its support for authoritarian regimes and internal conflicts and also border disputes among the members. SCO's geographical focus is limited to Eurasia and the neighboring countries, which restricts its ability to engage with global issues and challenges. The SCO members also have different political systems, economic models and strategic priorities, which is much different, and especially their focus does not allow them to wither away to other global issues as well. SCO, though an attractive forum and now a focus for India, especially for the regional states as well, but there are internal contradictions in this region as well, which is a cause of concern and preventing the conflicts from escalating already, because it is very nearby to a troubled West Asia region. So there is also already changing geopolitics there. We see improvement in ties between Saudi Arabia and Iran. There is a visit of the Syrian president to Saudi Arabia, and so there is a rechanging of the geopolitics in the West Asian country, and hope that the tensions don't start prevailing now in this SCO region. So that's what is being expected of SCO, especially. Otherwise, there is a lot of potential between SCO and India, which is still very much untapped, and India looks forward to further cooperation and development with this SCO, starting off with the first defense ministers meeting of SCOs in India, and later the summit, which is India is going to chair in September. So a lot more coming in future with regard to SCO and India cooperation, and I shall see you in my next post, and until then, very happy learning.